You know, I don't even know where it is I want to start. When I was a kid, I had faith that the future was going to be really bright, really great, that I had limitless potential. Because everyone told me that when I was a kid. Said, you're gonna be something special someday. You're gonna be really, like, you're a superstar. You are, like, I can see it in you. I can see it in you. They'd come up to me real close and they'd say, I can see it in you. You've got something special, kid. You know, you're gonna be a superstar. You're gonna be famous. You're gonna be rich and tall and pretty and a millionaire. And, you know, I got the good grades for a while. I got good enough grades. I was a straight A student all the way until 3rd grade, which is not impressive. But, you know, I stayed on, like, the AB honor roll until 7th grade, which is not super impressive. You know, right? I was done the ABC honor roll through high school. I squeaked my way into the top 10% just because, like, I knew exactly how much work to do to get into when I took Spanish in high school, right? I went all the way to Spanish 4, and you know what I know about Spanish right now? I almost said konnichiwa. That's not even... Let me try again. So I know about 40 words of Spanish. Hola, como, and estás. So here's the thing about AP tests, if you don't already know. Basically, they give you a 1 to a 5. And 1, like, the only way you actually get less than 1 is by not showing up to take the test. Then you just don't get a score. But 1 to 5, whatever. 1 is the lowest, and 5 is the best. 5 means you did it and you get college credit. 1 means you suck, and you put your name on the test and literally did nothing else. And I got a 1 on the AP test in Spanish. That's how good I was at Spanish. But I got an A in the class. You know why? Because I cheated the fuck out of that class. Because I had somebody sit across from me and I said, hey, this whole class is in Spanish and I don't know shit. Please help. What is the teacher saying? What do I need to do? Please help me. What do I write on this paper? Oh God, help. And she helped me so I could get an A in the class. So I did the assignments. Then I took the AP test and said, hey, guess who doesn't know a fucking thing about Spanish? Because I can't be like, what's the answer for everything? What did they say on the fucking speech prompt? When I put the headphones on and I have to, like, speak back into the microphone like, yo, what do... Like, I literally put the headphones on. They said something to me in Spanish and I said... Yo, I don't know how to speak Spanish. And I sat there for like 20 minutes saying nothing. But I still got an A in the class because I know how to get good grades, even if I don't know the answers to the problems. Because, you know, we are in a society where the good grade matters more than the actual knowledge that you get from the class, right? So I at least was able to put that together. That's how you be a good student. And that's what I was. That's why people saw in me. Part of why people, at least, I guess, saw potential in me. Because I knew how to be a good student, as in get the results. Even if I didn't have the knowledge. Knowledge meant nothing to me. If I could get the results. If people perceived me to be intelligent and smart. Because ever since I, like, got that praise, and I was like, yeah, superstardom. This is what creates superstardom. I guess there's some type of, like, intelligence that you need to have in order to figure out how to get good grades without actually having any knowledge. But I don't think that's actually what they meant when they were telling me that I was smart all my life. There's a point where things started to shift a little bit, where they weren't, you know, they couldn't tell me that, like, the future was going to be really bright anymore. Because, like, I was in the future that was supposed to be really bright. You know, I've reached adulthood by this point, so things are supposed to be looking up now. I'm supposed to be in that place where they said a long time ago, like, you're gonna be a superstar. And now, you know, I have reached, like, I have been way more successful at getting other people to perceive that I am doing well, that I'm really successful, that I'm the superstar that, like, I was always meant to be. Even though in real life things aren't, like, quite I've been spending my Sunday so far in my bed that hasn't been made, eating just dry cereal out of the box, because I just don't have the energy or the desire to leave my room or talk to anybody, because I just can't deal with people. Look at this, by the way. This is this Frosted Flake. This is a off-brand, excellent source of 8 vitamins and minerals. That's what it says. Got vitamin A, C, iron, D, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B6, folate, vitamin B12. By the way, that shit is like $1.50 a box. It's cheap as fuck. That's why I buy it. I've been sitting there, and I feel like miserable. I live in a place where I'm just surrounded by broken dreams. I've got shards of my broken bed still in the corner, old bed frame still in the corner. I've got just like stuff that I was going to use to make costumes, never made, frames that I was going to use to frame artwork that I never drew, books that I bought that I never read, a poster from a Kickstarter that I backed for a game that I almost never play, art that I used to say that I was proud of that's just falling off the wall. This shirt, but there's just such a disconnect between what I felt was supposed to be and what is. It's just deepening the despair trying to keep up with this facade that everything is still alright, when I could be spending my time making things alright instead of making things seem alright. Does that make sense? I've been wanting for a long time to have a successful YouTube thing going. But I usually get like a couple weeks into, one of my adventures. I get tired, I get distracted, I get depressed, I get it's hard for me to be in front of a camera and I try to be really vulnerable and just say, hey, this is my life and what's going on. Like me, this is me, hey. This is just me, my life. Because I've been hiding that, and I've known that for a long time, that I've been actually hiding the way, my life, my people's perception has not matched what the reality is, and this was going to be a step to address that. But, at the same time, I was constantly fighting the desire to put up something presentable. If my life is a mess, I can't put that on camera, so, I've got to fix my life and then present that version of me once things are actually good, right? This is the good me, right? Fix my hair and just be like, hey, this is the good me, where things are really good and great, and I can tell you about all this advice from the things that I learned from me going from, not very great to being, super great. And this is just not the way the things worked out. The things didn't just get good so that I could be in front of the camera telling you about how things were good and how I overcame all these adversities. Now I'm just the adversity. It's not that I'm giving up on it, but maybe it's a good idea to document the process of me dragging myself from the depths, instead of just pretending that I'm already there and trying to give advice. This isn't a declaration video of hey, I'm starting this new series of hey, this is me, self-improvement, super cool time. So I can't promise that. I can, but there would be no point. You'll understand that I will actually be embarking on what I've set out to do for so long, and actually start doing a daily thing when you see the next video. I'm not going to say that this is the new beginning. I'm not going to say that, because saying it doesn't mean anything. But when you see the next video, you'll understand that I've at least managed to put something together for another day. But for today, this is just all I am.